Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me today for a weekly Oracle and Tarot card reading. And this reading will be for the week of July 19th, and I hope I have that date correct. I don't have my calendar here, but I'm using the Spell Casting Oracle cards today by Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Micklejohn Free. And this deck was calling to me for some reason this morning, and I thought that's what we're going to use. So let's get started with the reading, and this could be a pick a card reading, 1, 2, or 3, or a blended reading with all 3 cards for the beginning, middle, and end of the week. As I shuffle the deck, I'm asking all light beings, angels, and God, please relay the message I need to share with my viewers for the highest good of all. The beginning of the week, pick the card on the top. Middle of the week, or card number 2, I'll pick a card from the center. And the end of the week, or card number 3, I will pick the bottom card. Okay, and let me just adjust my camera here a little. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so we start beginning of the week with home. Okay, and it's a beautiful home. And I love the lighted windows, and it's surrounded by abundance. It looks like there's some sunflowers down below. And this entire deck is an amazing deck. If you want to see the entire review, you could check out my review on this channel. It should be listed under playlists. And this card is telling us that, home is definitely where the heart is. It's a place of security, protection, comfort. It's your sanctuary. That's how I feel about my home. I mean, it's somewhere we go to escape the cold, harsh world. And there's nothing better than, feeling at home wherever you are, whether it's among family, friends, so many different scenarios. But this card's basically saying that, sometimes people's homes are not the tranquil sanctuary that they want them to be. There's a lot going on in, people's families and stuff where, there's disagreements, there's all kinds of conflict, and you may be feeling like an outsider looking in some situations. So it's time to, maybe breathe new air into your living space. I like to sage on a regular basis to remove any kind of negative energy that may be taking place, whether it was something that took place here, at my home that I feel needs to be saged to remove any not, negative or toxic energy. Or a lot of times when I'm out and about shopping, I feel like I've maybe absorbed some energy while I was out. So that may be a need to sage your home as well. So retreating, within your home, and trying to, after a long week of work or even nightly, your home is what I'm trying to say should be a place of refuge, and it should be a very peaceful atmosphere for you to be able to come home to. And so you want to check and see if there's anything that, maybe needs to change where you live at your home. Maybe you need to change residence. Is it possible that, maybe the people you're living with, some of you may have a roommate or friend you're living with, that things may not be working out and it's a negative or toxic environment? Or it may be just that you need to get organized and maybe, get rid of some things to allow the energy in your home to be able to flow more freely. I know I can't stand clutter. And when I'm in a cluttered atmosphere, it just drives me crazy. So I try to keep my house as neat and tidy as possible. And that is a good thing, to clear the energy as well. Maybe by removing things that you no longer need. Maybe consider saging. Maybe consider changing residence. The emphasis is on home in the beginning of the week. And then the card number 2, or middle of the week, we have new beginnings. So how beautiful is that? The new beginnings card is, maybe someone is moving that's watching this video. All of your situations are different, and it's possible that, Maybe you're going out on your own for the first time. Maybe you've always lived at home with your family. Maybe you're, moving on your own and it's an exciting new experience. This card is a brand new chapter in your life. That's what I'm getting from spirit. So, whatever your situation may be, because it will be different from, a lot of you out there, you've already noticed challenges or even, breakdowns in your relationships that have always been familiar to you, both at work and other situations. And I know personally in my life, I've seen a lot of true colors in people that I've known for many, many years, friends, family. And a lot of people are experiencing this. As we're awakening, we're realizing that, some of the things that we tolerated from people before are just not acceptable anymore. Okay? And a lot of you are at a turning point. Tongue tied, you'd swear it was a Mercury retrograde. Some of you are at a turning point in your life, and certain things need to leave your life before you can allow good things to come in. So if there's a job that's ending, if there's a relationship that's ending, that could signify a new beginning for you, because when things are removed from our life that are no longer for our highest good, they definitely make room for something bigger and better to take their place. And it's been a very long year last year, and even this year it's half over, but it's been crazy. And I won't go into details, worldly or in people's personal lives. I mean, it has just been crazy. And there's so many opportunities that await us if we take these chances and maybe distance ourselves from people, places, and things that just aren't for our highest good. And this card is telling you that you have a second chance. Okay, and throw caution to the wind, and trust that whatever you are wanting to achieve in this lifetime, you can do it. But if we cling to the past and we cling to old ways, it's going to prevent us from having, these new beginnings. And then the third card, or the end of the week, is happiness. So I could see a progression here. I mean, I think these cards are truly linked together and synchronized. The home card, making sure that, your home life and where you live is a peaceful, pleasant, positive type of energy and atmosphere. And then, taking on a new beginning, not clinging to the past, not sticking to the old tried and true, but, making changes in your life. So this way, you can become what you were meant to be in this lifetime. And then this happiness card, it's telling us, we need to realize, what is it in our life that truly gives us happiness? What makes us happy? This may be a loving relationship for some of you, maybe some of you securing a top job, maybe some of you being, popular among your friends, or maybe going out and buying new clothes or a new car, or, being surrounded by your pets, or maybe even going on a vacation. And it's going to be different for all of you out there. Yet the key to happiness is to see joy and perfection in everything and the beauty that surrounds you. And I don't mean to sound corny by saying that, but when you focus on the beautiful, positive things that surround you, more things such as those will appear in your life. I truly believe that. You decide, what your reality is. If you feed your mind with negative thoughts and all the bad things that are going on and all the people that did you wrong, of course, that's going to draw more of that type of energy. And your reality is going to be very, grim and bleak. But what you want to do is you want to focus on the positive. No matter what is going on in your life, there is always something to be grateful for. And that is so true. And some days it may be hard to find the positive, but if you train your mind to gravitate towards that instead of the negative things, you're going to see how much better you're going to feel. When we focus on negative things, I mean, it's exhausting. I mean, you get drained from it. I know myself. Years ago, I used to think of everything that could go wrong or what happened that was bad, and because it's just human nature for some reason to gravitate towards the negative, and you really have to train your mind and catch yourself in the midst of a negative thought so it doesn't snowball into a full-blown thought attack. So you want to choose happiness, because when you choose to be happy, it doesn't mean, that everything in your life is perfect. No one's life is perfect, including mine. I've been through a lot of really hard times, and they've made me into the person I am. And when things are happening in your life, you don't realize why it's happening. You're thinking it's just bad luck, or it just isn't your time to be happy. But that's not true. Most things that happen, if not all, are truly a blessing in disguise. So when you find the positive in every day, when you are grateful for what you have, when you don't place your happiness, on other people, because they say happiness is an inside job, and it truly is, because no one can make you happy. You've got to decide to be happy yourself. You've got to decide within yourself what kind of life you want, what you want to focus on. Do you want to wake up every day and be thankful that you're alive, that you have food on the table, a roof over your head? Or do you want to feel like, you have scarcity mentality where you just never have enough, or there's so many other people that are more fortunate than you? It's so easy to go down that wrong road. So this is telling you, you determine your happiness by the thoughts you think. And the more positive things that you do, interacting with nature, maybe taking up a hobby to enjoy some downtime instead of, just being work, work, work. Think about what makes you happy. Focus on that, because we all have the right to be happy. But it's truly up to us. What an interesting reading. And I'll tell you, these cards were really spot on for me, and I hope they were for you as well. So I went with my gut feeling that, the spellcaster's deck here was, the spellcasting oracle cards, rather, was what was calling to me. And I'm glad we did the reading this week with these cards, because they're absolutely beautiful. I think a lot of you out there need to make some changes in your life in a positive direction. You may need to let go of a toxic work situation, a toxic home environment. You need to, branch out and take chances on new beginnings and not stay stuck in the past, and focus on what makes you happy. Each and every day, focus on what makes you smile, and I'll tell you, your reality will change. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like it by giving it a thumbs up, share it, and above all, subscribe, because I will be back with more.